Hey troops, it is GeneralJSmith here with another LEGO Star Wars Summer 2014 set to review for you. It is today on the 4th version, yes, the 4th, of the AT-AT. Set number 75054, ages 9 to 14, comes with 1,137 pieces, and is retailing presently for £110 or $110 in the US. So, as I said, it's the 4th variant, yeah. There's already been a number of reviews on this thing, and, well, I don't really need to say this, because you can probably tell just from, like, the box, really. Yes, it is basically the same as the last variants. Really, they haven't really changed them at all. The last one we got in Turn 10, then we got the motorized version in Turn 8, and then we got, like, a really old one in Turn 3 or something, I don't know. So, why they made it again, I'm not incredibly sure why, really. I mean, there are some theories that maybe it's going to be in, like, New Star Wars Rebels, or maybe it'd be in Episode 7, or stuff like that. But really, I don't know. I have a little theory that maybe because, obviously, LEGO tries to split up the sets, they try to sort of make it fair in the way, like, they may have a few sets from each episode, you know. Like, have a few from Episode 1, and, you know, just try to split it up, you know, depending on which episode's your favourite. And if you really think about it, how many sets can you base off Episode 5? I think that's the reason we get so many snow speeders and so many different hot things, because that's really all you can base off Episode 5. Really, the only sets you can really make are the hot sets. Really go through the entire episode and think what sets you can base off it. Millennium Falcon, Star Destroyer, no, I've obviously already done them. You can't, you know, really the only sets you can get from Episode 5, like, especially, are the hot sets. So, yeah. But, anyway. Okay, so, anyway, nothing really to say. If you have the old one, then I'm not going to recommend it. I mean, you probably already know this, but, you know, it's basically exactly the same. The reason I got this is because I do not have the old one. So, yeah. So, that's why I got it, basically. I'm really glad that I've got one now. But, really, you're not going to ever want this if you've got another one. It's just, I don't know. I suppose just because they thought, you know, let's just make another one. Whatever. But, anyway, so I'm glad they gave it to us, because I've never had one before. But nonetheless, let's just get into this review. Hopefully it won't be too long. I'm going to try not to make it too long like the other ones I've done, like the Star Destroyer or Sandcrawler, were like an hour long. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get into those minifigures. Alright, so first up we have General Veers. We've got him a few times before. This is just basically the guy we saw in Episode 5, you know, where he was in the cockpit of the AT-AT. This is new printing. I don't think I've ever had them before, however we have got like, other versions of this type of minifigure. Pretty basic though, but you know, nonetheless, still pretty cool. Does have back printing, that's very nice as well. No back face printing, just a general thing. It's very nice. See his face there. Comparing it to this is the one I believe we got in, I don't actually know. Oh no, I can't remember where we got this one, but you know, we've got this sort of thing a number of times. We even got this helmet in black once. So this is the old one. You can see the detailing of VARS approved, and in fact the helmets are slightly different shades. This one's definitely grey. This one's more a bluish grey, I suppose. And it also includes with the torso. This previous one did have back printing apparently, but it wasn't as detailed. So this one is very nice. Other than that, though, the grey, obviously the actual legs and stuff are exactly the same. No, I wish we got leg printing. More minifigures are having leg printing these days, so I don't really know why they didn't give him any. I mean, I assume he's got sort of some leg printing, but yeah. He comes with just a normal pair of binoculars and stuff. So, yeah, but that's basically him. As I said before, the face is very nice. General Veers there. Quite famous, funny enough. I've forgotten why he's so famous, but he's quite famous. There you go. So, quite improved over the last one. But still, nonetheless, you know, you can put them in there. But really, this is obviously not size accurate. It is quite big, but it's still not size accurate. So the cockpit cannot actually fit all the people that were meant to be in there. But you can fit this guy in. You know, and I'll show you how later. But that is just basically General Veers. Very nice printing, very nice figure. And a good addition to your Imperial Army, I think. Yeah. Next up we have is an AT-AT driver, apparently. We've got this a number of times. Well, I think we've got it like once before, maybe? Or twice. He's a fairly rare figure, but this is a new variant. Last one we got was, I've got one, so it must have came in like a Hoth Speeder thing from Turn 10. So yeah, we might have got him also in that previous 8080. So, you know, we've got him a number of times, but this is a new colouring to him. I've got to say though, like, colour-wise, I do think the white's probably more accurate. It just looks more accurate. I mean, this one's definitely got a lot more printing on the helmet and stuff, but if they made a helmet the same sort of white as this, maybe it's slightly darker, but, you know, this grey just looks a bit too dark to be accurate. Yeah. But it does have quite a lot more printing. Obviously, it's the same helmet mold, but quite a lot nice printing. I do like the printing on the new one very much. Very nice. We only get one of him, which is kind of annoying. I mean, then again, well, the 8080 can only really fit 2 drivers, and they sort of sit behind each other, so obviously it's not accurate, but we did get 2 in the actual film. You know, but obviously the cockpit was a lot bigger, so you can sort of see that. Oops. Dropping. That's bad. You see that the printing does sort of go from the belt to the legs, but you know, it's, well, it's the best Lego can do. So still, he gets a little gun. He gets a clone head for some reason. We've said this before, they shouldn't have clone heads. I don't know why they just stick with those black heads, which had the sort of faces, like those little sort of circle faces printed on. I like them, they're very accurate, and just, I don't know why they had to take them out, but they did. Back printing as well. Very nice. And you see, that's the problem. If they had those black heads with those faces on it, then they'd be black. You know, it doesn't really make sense. Why would they change it? They changed it to be less accurate. That's just... Anyway. But there you go. That is your 8080 driver. Obviously, you see a lot more blue here rather than the grey and the white. I mean, sorry, this... Yeah, well, this one had the grey and the white, and this one has more the dark grey and the blue. I do like this figure though. I'm tempted to say it's my favourite figure of the set, although, you know, that's probably a little rash. I mean, these are pretty good figures, but at the end of the day, they're not, you know, they're good, but they're not worth all the money. They're good. But anyway, so I just really do love this. Very nice figure. The helmet is, I've always loved the helmets of these figures. They're very nice. I love this 8080 driver. Very, very good. Tubing doesn't really, you know, go that well. I think it's meant to go into here, so it doesn't really flow that well, but anyway. But anyway, so that is a very good, I think that's probably the best, but nonetheless, you know, we haven't actually got that many. There's a few amount. We might have a couple, maybe, if you've got the previous 8080s, which I think a lot of people have, and if you've got, I don't know, the previous speeders and stuff. But anyway, that is your 8080 driver. Next up we have is our what is that? Snow Trooper Commander, apparently. Not just a normal Snow Trooper. No, at first I thought we just got 3 Snow Troopers. That was awesome. No, we in fact got a Commander version of these new ones. These are obviously the new Snow Troopers. The main difference between this and the old ones is, well, actually quite a lot. But I suppose the main difference is the helmets and the backpacks and stuff. For example, the old one, we had a black head because there was no, like, it was just the eye holes. Do you remember, like, we got in the old EP3 clones? You know, there was just eye holes with a black head. No back printing. But you can see my review of the Hoth sort of battle pack thing we got before. And the backpack was attached to the helmet, whereas now, it's not. Now, I don't know why, but the Commander apparently does not come with a backpack. I don't know if that's accurate, but it doesn't seem very accurate. I mean, it's weird. But we do get to spare one of these pieces. I'll show you that more in detail later. Which is like the backpack piece you really need. Yeah, you don't get like the whole thing to make a full backpack. It's kind of complicated, but I'll show you in a minute. So anyway, that is the back printing then. Pretty cool. He does come with back printing and stuff. Front printing. Clone head again. Don't know why. The thing that distinguishes him from the other snowtroopers is the fact that he's got those marks, those what they call blue and red marks, and his belt is white as opposed to their belt, which is grey. That's some nice printing there. Very nice. Other than that, though, it's exactly the same. So his helmet, it is actually a different mould to this helmet. It's not just like they cut off the backpack. It is a different mould, and this is a very nice mould. Everyone likes to get these snowtroopers, not just because they want to have snowtroopers, but also because you can make clone marines with them. So, yeah, we actually did see him in episode 3, if you go back in Order 66. Those are the ones that shot Kylie Mundi, those red sort of ones. Everyone loves to make them. So, yeah, it is very nicely printed, I've got to say. Well, not printed, but like molded. Very nice. Here you come with the normal gun. Now I'm just gonna get these are the normal stormtroopers. What do I keep calling stormtroopers? Snowtroopers, and you can notice the differences if we just take off their helmets. They both have clone helmets. Yeah. The only differences are on the torso. You can just sort of see the differences for yourself. This is a fairly, you know, minor differences, but nonetheless are differences. And as you can see, we get 2 of these normal snowtroopers, and they come with the grey belts. Also, by the way, new waist cape, white, pretty cool. We've only had it in black before. That's pretty awesome. And the backpack. You see here, it attaches like most backpacks does. You simply put it, you know, around the guy's neck. And you don't get this piece here. This piece in the middle. You know, you get another one of these pieces to attach, you know, go around the neck. And you get another one of the printed bricks, but you don't get another one of the middle ones. Why? Who knows? Just because they don't like to do that. Who knows? But anyway, so there you go. That is that printed brick. It's the only printed brick in the entire set. And actually, speaking of which, this set has no stickers. None at all. That is pretty awesome, I've got to say. That's very nice. His back printing, I do believe, is exactly the same as this one, as the Clone Commander. Well, it is, I suppose it is clone, but nonetheless, you know what I mean. But there you go. They just come with these normal blasters. That's really differences. The helmets aren't any different at all. As I said, you get 2. It's actually, it is quite hard to tell. At first, I didn't even know that they were different. I just realised because it's on the box, because obviously it's got 2 different things. Rather than just says ×3, it has, like, you know, 2 different thingamabobbies. Also, the hands are obviously grey. So I didn't even know, because it's quite subtle, the differences. Really, you're not going to notice, to be honest with you. I don't, you know, if they want to have a clone, I should stop saying clone, a snowtrooper commander, then really they should just, you know, do something more noticeable, I suppose. Because really, you wouldn't notice that this is the commander, obviously, because they've got slightly different belts and hat and gloves. So, and he doesn't come with a backpack, which apparently makes him better, because he's the commander. I don't know. Surely he should be the one with the backpack, but anyway. That is them. I believe that is it to the figures then. Very nice figures, as I said. As I said before, you get 3 snowtroopers, one of which is the commander, but whatever. And that is one of the reasons that really there's not much point getting the snow speeder. Yeah, you get one of those new ones, but you get 3 of them in here, so really, you know. But anyway, so there you go, that's the figures of this set. Very nice figures. They're all new variants, although we technically have had all of them before. And I'm very glad we have got these new variants with these new sets. You know, I'm very glad they did that. However, they're definitely not worth the set. You know, don't spend £110 if you've got the last one just because, oh, I think, oh, I want to get those figures. Don't do that. Just get them eBay a lot cheaper. But anyway, so I believe that is then the figures. You only get, well, including like the double, you only get like 5 figures. 3 of which are just snowtroopers. In the last one, we got 8 or 9 figures with a command center. So, whatever. But that is just Lego for you. I don't know. We just get 5 now. But they do all fit in the set somewhere. And I will show you where right now. Okay, so you do in fact get one of these brick separators. Just, you know. Brick separator. If you've seen pretty much any of my reviews, if you've got any of the larger sets, it's like 2013 onwards. I dropped it. But who cares really? Because it's a brick separator. We've all seen brick separators before. Come on, you know, I actually lost it. Oh gosh. Anyway, I've got thousands of them. They just come with all the bigger sets. But anywho, so let's get into the set itself. Right, so, it doesn't really have that many features, to be honest. And if you've got the previous one, you'll probably know them all. Now, I've never had the previous one. I've never, you know, actually physically held it. So I don't know the specific features of the last ones. But this, yeah, it's basically the same. I suppose let's just start from the back and then go forwards. Okay, so, on the back here we've got some nice detailing, you know, a decent amount. Actually, I'm going to move the camera up a bit. You know, a decent amount of detailing there, but, you know, nothing to shout about. It's alright at the end of the day. There is one feature actually back here, this handle here. This thing that sort of pokes out. Pull this. that is a little floor thing, you know. That's basically it. We turn it upside down, see how that works. You can see there. Oops, try to get the legs. Okay, this lever pulls this in and out. I think you can guess how that works. It's a very simple system. And then you got this piece here. If you push that up, oops, hang on, gonna pull it out. Okay, push that up, put it in, there you go. Simple. And it just slots into place. Let it go again, and gravity will just pull it back down. I assume that's meant to be from the scene, obviously from The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke uses a grappling hook and throws a bomb in there. Except we don't get Luke, do we? We didn't, you know, in the last one we got like 8, as I said, figures and stuff. In this one we'll get like 5. We don't get any of the rebels and stuff. We're going to get Luke, you know, with his grappling hook. I mean, yeah, okay, a lot of people do have Luke, you know. But nonetheless, it's still cool to get him. Not many people have the grappling hook or stuff, you know, just anything else. You know, in the last one we also got like a command center thing. But, yeah, really. Well, not really, not command center, but like a Hoth turret to shoot it. So, but anyway, but saying that, this one is a lot better value. It is a very good value for the money. 1,100, you know, pieces for 110. That's very good value. The last one wasn't. The last one was £110 for like 800 and something pieces. And I don't. So in theory, this one should have 300 pieces more. And I don't know where that's gone. The last one had way more figures, and it even had a little, you know, Hosh dish thing, as I said before. Yet somehow this has more. This has 300 more pieces. I seriously don't know where they've gone. It's not particularly bigger. It doesn't really have any more features. It's just, I don't know. But anyway, alright, so that is basically the under feature there. Alright, now I suppose the main feature of the set is the fact it is a transport. It's not a tank. It's a common mistake. This is not a tank. It's a transport. Hence the name AT-AT. All-terrain armoured transport. It's not a tank, because not like the AT-TE, which, you know, has a turret and everything. These guns are just for like self-defense. It's a troop carrier at the end of the day. It's meant to carry troops, hence why it's so heavily armoured. This thing can't open up all the way. In the last one, it just like opened up halfway, so I suppose that's better. Obviously both sides can open exactly the same. Nothing, you know, this doesn't connect or anything. It's just simply there. Both sides can obviously open, and you can see all the way through. Not a massive amount of space. I mean, enough space for your minifigures, but you know, it is a meant to be a troop carrier. Generally, you know, even in the AT-TE, you'd get more space. So, yeah. Also, can you leave this down in the comments? I've never known. I mean, how did the guys get in here exactly? Does a ladder go all the way down? Because this is a pretty high thing, and it's not even size accurate. It's meant to be even bigger than this compared to a normal minifigure. So, you know, what does it like bend down, crouch down, or something? But anyway. Just out of curiosity, if you stick your commander in there, he's on top of that pad, and you pull this, oh, well, apparently he just gets stuck like that. Apparently he just stops it from falling down, so you can't do that. Problem is, obviously, if you release it, there's no floor anymore, so, yeah, gotta keep the floor there. Oops. I suppose that's probably the main feature. The other main feature is probably like the legs. But, yeah, so there isn't really any more space. You can't really try to maximize the space by, like, taking things out or whatever. That's basically all the space. Also, there's a lot of Technic here, and, you know, in this front bit, more than you may think. Like, I don't really know why or how, if I just open this up. You know, there's a fair amount there. I don't know why it's all there. I mean, I suppose, you know, the legs have got to remain in place, but nonetheless. Oh yeah, this can open, but it's not really meant to. This can move like that, and obviously it's the exact same on the other side. Yeah. Let's just fold this down. Not really much detailing around the sides. Not really any colour to this. It's, you know, completely grey, more or less. Different shades of grey. And as I said before, there's no stickers. In the last one, there was a sticker here, some stickers on the inside. There's no stickers. That's good and bad. I mean, obviously the best would be if they're printed pieces, but the fact it has no stickers at all, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird for a set of this size not to have any stickers at all. But, still cool. Onto the cockpit then. Alright, so, that is the field of movement here. Is this. Give you another look at that. the actual neck itself can't really move very much, and then the head can slightly swivel by itself. Sort of see the mechanism there. Nice, you know, neck design. I do like, you know, it's pretty accurate, the actual sort of neck design there, but, you know, nothing we haven't seen before. You can open these panels up. It's better if you open these panels up first, then move these all the way out. You can see there's still a fair amount of technique there, you know. And then in which case, obviously, the entire thing can just basically look like that. But obviously, if you were to try and do that, you would sacrifice the fact it would look weird and it would not look accurate in any way. So that's basically your option. Either have it make it not look accurate or have the big field of movement. But you know, the other way is fine. I don't really mind its limited range of movement like this, because it's alright. The actual thing in Star Wars didn't really move its head that much, did it? It just more or less walked about shooting stuff. But anyway, under here, not really much detailing. Oops. I already showed you all this. Whoa. Yeah, these things kind of fold, but they're not meant to. These things are exactly, like, literally exactly the same in the last one. Like, seriously. Look at the picture of the last one. These things are literally exactly the same. A lot of this is very similar, if not exactly the same. Onto the cockpit itself. Cockpit's, you know, it looks fairly large, and it is size, like, the entire thing is size accurate, like, proportions wise, but it's not actually size accurate compared to a minifigure. So basically, make this bigger and it'll be size accurate. Now this is that's how far it opens up. Not very much, I don't think. Oops. Well, there you go. It's not a major problem that, like, it doesn't normally happen that often, but nonetheless. Don't push it up too far or whatever. So yeah, it doesn't really open up that far. Slightly hard to put your fingers in and stuff, but nonetheless. You can see there, space for 2 people. And there's one of those pieces there we've got on some other sets, which you've got to put the legs in. That's pretty cool. There also is a printed brick. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. You know, not the only printed brick, but that is printed. That's very nice. We've seen that a lot of times before. We get that in basically every set. So, yeah. And obviously, normally you'd have General Veers and probably the AT-AT pilots. You're meant to feel like 2 AT-AT pilots and another guy standing in the back, and just, it's meant to be a lot bigger, really. So, these are the guns on the side, and they're shovels, apparently. Lord knows why, but that's the same as well. On the last one, they were shovels. I don't, you know, could have made something a bit new. These are meant to, like, in the actual film, these are meant to go back as they shoot, like, you know, but obviously here they are static. These guns on the bottom, these are the biggest guns, they do not actually move, but nonetheless that's cool. These don't spin in any way, I wish they spin, but yeah. I suppose the only thing that really, the only major feature I suppose is, as always, you get these spring-loaded shooters, which, if you know me, I've mentioned a few times, I'm not a massive fan of, because they, well, in this position it's not as much of a big issue, but for example on other sets where, you know, they're completely obvious, they're just sticking out there, because they're so powerful and because they're so easily fired, you know, if you accidentally walk past and you knock it, you know, may go flying and you'll just completely lose it. Hence the reason why you get, pick it up, 3. There are 2 things and you get 3 of them, so it's cool, I guess. And because it's the bad guy set, obviously they are red, as all bad guy sets. Now you're meant to push them down here, and they will fire at the back box. Make sure you can see. And there you go. Simple, you know, at the end of the day. I suppose you put it in the other way around if you really wanted to, fire the actual thing, but yeah, there you go. That is basically all the feature. Well, no. Obviously there is the feature of the fact the legs do completely move, but nothing new there. They moved to that position. My mum actually did a funny thing, because I showed her the set, and she did it like this, so that we like, you know, a dog, and it was, I thought that was kind of cute, that sort of look, of like, you know, just a little dog, shaking its paw and stuff, but anyway, they do fully go up, they just basically stop when they hit something, but you can pose them in any position. When they're fully up, they are very nearly as tall as the actual box, so if you want a size reference, just look at the actual box of it and you'll pretty much guess how tall it is. Yeah. Everything's posable, like obviously this joint here is posable, that joint's posable, and these ankles sort of, oh gosh, this little, yeah, it's kind of heavy, so yeah, but it does have a lot of pieces. These are posable as well. And now we get on to one of my biggest problems with this, the feet. The feet, now this looks very, as I've said like 5 times now, this looks extremely similar to the last ones. And the last ones had 4 toes. You know, it was the X sort of shape. On each foot, there were 4 toes. This, no, 3 toes. Well, 3 proper toes. Look. One at the back, one there. Nothing here. All smooth. That is because, as you can see, if there was another one, that'd be spread out more, because, you know. But I don't know how the others managed it. Please, I mean, I don't have the others, so please leave in the comments if they actually... I'm pretty sure they did actually have all 4 toes. This one doesn't. On any of the feet, they don't have the inside toes. That annoys me. It's a Smile thing, and, you know, it still can stand very easily, but they don't have all the toes. They could have made it a bit wider, which I assume they've done the other ones, and it would have had all 4 toes, and it would be fine. But no, they have 3 toes. You know, if you actually see the sort of CGI trailer for the new Star Wars Battlefront, I think like 2015 or something, you can see the massive foot come down and have 4 toes in like an EX shape. But no, this one doesn't. This one has the 3 toes. That annoys me. You know, I would have liked that accuracy and stuff, but I suppose it's just so they can move, you know, against each other. But I assume the old ones did have that feature. They did have the fact they could have 4 toes. So I don't really know how, you know, how they managed to not. Well, I might be completely wrong. Maybe none of these AT-ATs have 4 toes, in which case, why not? Just make it a bit wider then, you know. But anyway, it's only like, you know, because each toe, is only, you can see there, is only 1 stud. Like, 1 stud out from the actual foot. So it wouldn't have exactly been very difficult. But no, apparently, it's far too tricky to do that, or something. I don't know, but there you go. That is... But that is it then. Very nice AT-AT. I will say it is very cool. But really, I mean, obviously, first of all, only get this if you do not have the last one. Definitely do not get it, you know, if you do have the last one. It is basically exactly the same. I don't even have the last one, and I know. But that's more or less it then. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go on to the instructions and the poster, then we're going to go on the box, and then we're going to conclude the review. I'm going to give my final opinions and all that stuff. But yeah, so some very nice detailing. Well, I mean, it's all really one colour. No stickers, kind of weird. Not as much disappointed, but just a bit weird. Yeah, really worth the price, I would say, if you don't have the last one, as I said. But let's just go and get into that instruction booklet. Okay, so now let's get into instruction manuals you get. You do get 3 in the Star Destroyer, but obviously this is like 200 pieces less, so you only get 2. They're about the same size. The first one will be a bit thicker. You can see in the front, obviously, you know, just the usual stuff. It comes with 7 numbered bags. Actually, the number 5 bag is the only one that has actually 2 number 5s. So each one of them is just like, you know, 1 bag. That's probably because you get 4, you know, you have to build all 4 of the legs. And as I said before, you know, when I did the Let's Build, which by the way will be down in the description, which is my speed build version, you know, it is kind of annoying to build 4 legs. I mean, you have to do it, obviously, because it's the AT-AT and Lego can't really help that, but nonetheless. And also to build 4 of these feet, so... Yeah, repetition in Lego sets isn't great, but, you know, the figures are in different bags, so there you go. The 3 snowtroopers are in the first one, the other ones are in the 7th one. Don't really know why they've ever done that, but they do. See, this is only when I first discovered that the commander didn't have a backpack. See, these 2 are just, you know, they're the backpacks. This one doesn't. Don't know why. You think it'd be the other way around, but no. There you go. This one goes up to bag 4, and you finish the feet. There's nothing really to say about that. It's just that. The win on the back, you know, the new one without the kid. Oh, poor kid. But that's just basically pretty simple. This one then starts off with bag 5. You have to build this. It's pretty long, these legs. It's a pretty long build. They do take, there's a number of bags. 4 times. Yeah, it's irritating. But, you know, nonetheless. Oops, hang on. Okay, going on to the back, has the minifigures page with every single minifigure from the summer line. A good a good percentage of them I do have now. Please watch my last video And then I might get those sets, you never know, from the MTT coming out later this year. Please watch my last video on my channel. Actually, no, not my literally last video, the one before my Let's Build. And then you can vote on whether you want to get the MTT or spend money on bricks and mocks. Lego.com, the usual. Got inventory. And that is it, really. And obviously just Lego Club on the back there. But that is it. So they are basically, you know, pretty decent size. I mean, nothing really said about instruction manuals. They're pretty average instruction manuals. As instruction manuals go, there's nothing particularly special. They're about, you know, same sort of thickness, and that is more or less it. So I suppose that is it to the instruction manuals. Let's just go and get on into that poster, which is very cool. And yeah. Okay, so here we are with the poster that comes with the AT80. We did get a poster in the Star Destroyer. In my review of the Star Destroyer, which you can check out on my channel somewhere, you will see me, you know, doing a more in-depth analysis of the actual poster. This particular poster, it's exactly the same on one side, similar to the way they did in the summer line last year with the Jabba sail barge and the Republic gunship, where on one side it's the exact same with just every single minifigure, apart from the one that's rumoured coming in the Slave one, and apart from the microfighters, it's got every single minifigure on here from the entire year, which is pretty cool, including the ones from the MTT. So that's very nice. You've sort of got more of the bad guys on that side, with the good guys over here, but it's a bit, you know, bit weird. But anyway, so, you know, if you want a full in-depth, going through every single minifigure, then you can check out my review of the Star Destroyer, or you can follow me on Flickr. Link will be down below, as it always is, which I have taken, you know, pictures of every single minifigure, and posted them on there and stuff. But, yeah, so I'm not going to really go about the figures. You've seen them before. If you haven't seen them before, then you can go check out other reviews. On to this side now. I'm probably going to have to move the camera for this. But this side is for, obviously, there's a different poster than we got on the Star Destroyer, because obviously it's a different set. I have to move the box here. If I can just move this up. This is quite difficult. Okay. That'll have to do. So this is obviously from the Battle of Hoth. You've got the AT-80 there, and the new Snowspeeder. Oops, sorry guys. You've got obviously a few in the background. By the way, back there, that is, I believe, it's hard to tell. I'm not sure what particular set that is. I think that is actually a set, like one you can buy. I'm not sure. Also, you've got a Snowspeeder over there. So, it's kind of cool. You've got Tauntaun, oops, Tauntaun, whatever, back there. You know, you've got some nice stuff in there, some other Hoth sets from a while ago. As I said before, if you didn't know, I'm not getting that for at least, until it goes on sale. That is £35 a Snowspeeder. That is ridiculous. £35. That is just unbelievable. That's way too expensive for a Snowspeeder, so no one getting that. You've got the Snowtroopers here. Very nice. That's the same gun that comes with that Snowspeeder, so if you have that, then you can sort of recreate the scene. You notice, just like the one that came with the Star Destroyer, this poster, the sets in it do sort of have wear marks, aren't just like, it isn't like they've just photoshopped it onto just a random Hoth sort of background. They have actually, tried to make it look like they're all, worn and, they have been in battle and stuff. And all that. They do have scratch marks, they are dirty and all that. Like proper vehicles should be when they're at war. So, yeah, but really that is more or less what you see is what you get. Obviously he's doing his tow cable around the AT-80. Yeah, that is basically it. I can't have anything else to say. You've got a couple more AT-80s back there. A Snowspeeder here, I think Snowspeeder like there. And it's just basically the Hoth scene, really. You can, down below, it says the sets featured, actually, so there you go, sets shown. So, well that, apparently there's 3 sets shown here. Oh, that must be then, logically, the 2013 Winterline Hoth, I think it was Battle of Hoth or something set. I really wanted to get that. I still do. But you know, stuff's got on the way. So yeah, logically speaking, then, if they all start with 7.5, which they only started, you know, at the beginning of 2013, then that set must be the Battle of Hoth from the beginning of 2013. Okay, so there you go. But anyway, that is though the poster. Let us just, you can see there, by the way, lack of a fourth toe. So I'm not going to let that go. But anyway, so there we go. That is the poster. Very cool. It's really up to you which, you know, side you want to put it up. If you have the Star Destroyer, then you'll have two sides of the minifigures, so you can obviously, you know, change it around. But it's up to you. Whichever side you think is cool. Do you want the minifigures or do you want the actual scene? I'm probably going to put the scene up, or maybe, I'm not sure actually. But anyway, we'll see. There you go then. By the way, it's a different orientation to the way the Star Destroyer one. The Star Destroyer was long ways. This one is obviously up. But anyway, so there you go. Let's just go and then let's go with the box, sorry, and then let's conclude this review. Alright, so box time. Okay, so the box is actually, you know, fairly small considering. As I said before, it is nearly, it's a bit taller than the actual AT-AT, which you can see in the corner here, is exactly 34 by 34. So, there you go. It's as tall as it is long. Kind of funny that. Yeah. So there you go. Personal size, bring load shooter. As I was saying, the box is quite small considering the size of the set. Obviously, it's not exactly a small box, but nonetheless, you know, they are kind of packed in there. You may have noticed in the Let's Build, I did tell I had to straighten out the bags a bit. They were kind of compacted and really squished in there, so not entirely happy. By the way, for the beginning of this review, you may have noticed I tried to put it in that position, like with the legs in those positions. It doesn't work. Don't put it in those exact positions because it doesn't stand up. So that box is lying to you, basically. But anyway, that is just, yeah. Minifigures there, you can see not exactly very many. That's how I knew that apparently, you know, it's a Snowtrooper Commander rather than just another Snowtrooper. Yeah, general sort of thickness, size comparison. On the box you just show those features. Two guys can fit in the cockpit, as you can see up there. Cockpit moves, there's fire, the legs move. Just sort of, you know, like that. Up here we have the sort of action shot, which we sort of have. And yeah, really, that is more or less the box. Can't think of any more to say. That's the box, more or less. See, £110 there. Got from the Lego store. And that is the box. Okay, so nothing really more to say about it. It's a decent box. It's as good as a box as boxes get, really. I couldn't ask for any more from a cardboard box. But anywho, so that is it into this review, I suppose. Let's just go and conclude this. And thus, there you go. That is your review of the 2014 AT-AT set complete, set number 75054. So, if you like this review, as always, remember to give it a big thumbs up below. Remember to follow me on all those social networks, you know, Flickr, Facebook, Twitter, all these different things. And also remember to check out the Let's Build of this set, which will be down below in that description. Remember to leave comments on whatever you want. Please go visit my previous video where I, describe what's going to happen for the rest of the year. And always, obviously remember to subscribe and you'll officially become one of my troopers. One of my troopers of GeneralJSmith. And there you go then. That is my set complete. Well, my set review, rather, of the AT-AT. A very nice set. I will give this a good 8 out of 10, just as a set. Like, just by saying, do I recommend it? Well, I mean, if you obviously don't have the last one, if you don't have any AT-ATs, then definitely yes. It's an AT-AT. A lot of people have it. It's a very common Lego set. Even as Lego sets go, it's very common. Even if you're not a massive fan of Lego, you're probably going to have one of these lying around, partially because it's quite common. There are many theories of why they keep bringing back this set for some unknown reason. My theory is probably because they can't really think of any other sets to base off Episode 5. Leave down your theories down in the comments and all that, and yeah, so if you do not have this set, I would definitely highly recommend it. I'm glad I got it. If you do have the set, then don't get another one. There's no point. If you're thinking, okay, I don't have an 8080, I want one. Do I buy this new one, or do I go on eBay to buy one of the old ones? Well, at the end of the day, just get ones cheaper. Look on eBay and Amazon for older ones. If they're cheaper, then just get those, really. Yeah, okay, these figures are new and I suppose better within themselves. However, you know, we don't get as many of them. And in the previous ones, we've got, like, obviously little dishes and stuff. We've got Luke Skywalker hanging with the thing. This one, we don't get any of that. And I've got to be honest, I don't know where that 300 pieces went. It is much better value than the last one, but nonetheless, I still don't know where that 300 pieces went. I don't know how this is 300 pieces more than the last one. It really does not feel like it. But it is quite heavy and just quite cool. But there you go then. Just one quick thing before I go. I know I'm taking up your time. Just comparing it there to the 80 TE. There you go, quite large. As you can see, even with the cannon all the way up, it's still higher. So, there you go. Just comparing to that. Just felt the need. Anyway, so there you go then. That is my review of it. Very nice set. I'd recommend it strongly if you do not have one. If you do have one, then really, there's no real point. Don't just get it because you think, oh, it's a new version. It's going to be obviously better. It's not better. It's the same thing. It more or less is. Just without, you know, it's got like a few pieces more in some areas and a few pieces less in others. So, I don't know. But anyway, so, I've told you what to do. Please give it a like and all that stuff, you know. And I suppose that is it then. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I hope it wasn't too ridiculously long. It wasn't as long as the other ones I've done. I'm not sure if there will be any more or if I'll do any more sets this year. Who knows? I doubt that. This will be it for the summer line. I might do the MTT, and if it genuinely is coming out, then I might do Slave 1. I would really love to, but we'll see. If it is the end though, I gotta say thank you for watching all my reviews. Please continue to watch my videos and stuff. Don't worry, I've got a lot more stuff coming. You know, it won't be like all blank until 2015. There is stuff coming. And I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. I know you will. Stay awesome. Thank you for watching. So that 5 times now. And I'll see you later. Bye, troops.